Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. My little light there didn't quite come on the same way it normally does. All right, let's grab links first. Let's, how are we gonna do this? Here's one. Looks like treasuries are starting to move quite a bit overnight as well. Here's one. And here's the YouTube. And I'll pull up the Twitter. Tisk. So it's very interesting that treasuries appear to be pushing highs here as the E-mini appears to be moving up as well. If I come over here to the charts here for a moment. E-mini moving up, but treasuries moving up generally as well. It's a lot of our currencies kind of in the middle of a range, except for the British pound. Probably some Brexit stuff going on. We'll see. We're above yesterday's distribution. That's curious. Well, I'm a little wary about taking a buy here, though. Do we have some news today, don't we? Let's see here. Today we get core durable goods at 6:30. All right. And on core durable goods, we are looking for a reading of spot 3%, with durable goods month over month for a reading of -1 spot 1%. So we shall wait. I'm hoping maybe I will get a short of some sort, but we'll see. Russians commenting on my videos. Probably spam. Cool, they made a few changes to live dashboard. That's cool. That's cool. It's cool. Okay. So we'll pull this out. Bring up the restream chat. Man, my back is just not. Man, let's see, it's not. My collarbone's not sitting in there right. Pretty light so far with the people. But this Bitcoin. Both are. Yeah, this move in Bitcoin though, this the real news today. Bitcoin just really going and buying on the futures as well. Putting us at some of our most overbought readings ever. So this thing in Bitcoin looks incredibly And I mean incredibly dangerous and incredibly overbought. And I'm not quite sure what else to say about it other than that. But I like how after one bar up, everyone is declaring the bear market over. No, it's not. I don't think it's over. Yeah, I don't know. We're just talking about it in the Bitcoin channel of our Discord, and it's just the whole thing is just kind of interesting. Hey, what's up, Jan? You typing like menthol? What? I have one of those mechanical keyboards, and I probably need to get a quieter one, huh? But I'm a pretty fast typer. Like I can type upwards of 100 words per minute if I'm really trying. Man. Okay, see a couple of people. It's a little lighter this morning. It's interesting how easily it came off of those highs. So it's actually moving quite a bit. The treasuries are. The liquidity is a little bit lighter than it was yesterday as well, which is something that we've really, really got to keep an eye on. So I'm going to pull up here. I want to see where is the thing where I got like all of the Bitcoin subreddits. There it is. Huobi goes down during Bitcoin breakout, leaves investors unable to profit. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, they're calling it the first significant higher high since the start of the bear market. Let's look at past 24 hours. Good to see you again. And it's the picture of the coin going up the roller coaster. Coinbase declares XRP most sued cryptocurrency to send money internationally. And a lot of just like, what the fuck? And many people saying the next bull market has begun. I don't think so. I don't think so. Only 4 months ago, everybody was losing their shit because it hit 4,700. And now it's celebrated as a quote unquote bull market. Too many people. Some people saying there's too many bears, but I don't know about that one. See, the thing that concerns me is I don't see anybody giving a good reason for why it's moving. Okay, so there was the news. We moved down a little bit. How come the thing didn't give me my little... Okay, durable goods, February. Spot 1 versus an estimate of 1. And U.S. durable goods month over month, negative 1.6 versus expected 1.8. Is that right? Yeah, I'm getting like different numbers than what the... Okay, so it was negative 1.6, but the Forex factory estimate was negative 1.1. So it's actually a little bit worse than expected. Both numbers a little bit worse than expected. Well, they're moving back up there. Okay. Well, I mean, he did want to sell it. It just kind of feels to me like it's just moving on its own, though, you know? Orders placed with U.S. factories for business equipment fell in February for the third time in 4 months. This is moving on way too little volume. Hmm. Yeah, the liquidity. We saw also signs of it yesterday that the liquidity was decreasing and it was moving a lot on low volume. And then the market did come in and make a move and people came back in. But then today they're gone again and it's moving too easily on too little volume. So we have to make adjustments because some of these signals you would have seen would maybe have gotten you long, for instance, there. And that would have been like the worst thing you could have done, right? Would have ended up selling at the bottom or buying at the top. There we go. That guy gets it. Somebody's like, what the heck with Bitcoin? And then they're like, at least it's not going the other way. And the other guy is like, not yet. A bunch of people saying they FOMO'd so hard. When Nambo. This is surely a sustainable and reasonable price action. Yep. Somebody on BitMEX who was greedy shorting Bitcoin got liquidated in the tens of millions of dollars with leverage. Except not really. The move started with the BTC KRW pair. Now futures followed and then liquidated a truckload of shorts. But the big candle came from the KRW spot. What is KRW? South Korean won. Okay. Of course, it's always the South Koreans. Classic Bart Simpson forming? Probably. People aren't almost coming out manipulation every time price goes up or down, but remember that a lot of the volume was fake. In my opinion, this is just what happens when real people buy or sell it, and it triggers a cascade of bots, further pumping or dumping the price until it stabilizes around some equilibrium value for all the trading algorithms, and we are left to wait for another big real buy or sell. Well, I think it probably was somebody really buying, but they might not have been buying with real money. Yeah, we had something similar last April. I do think that it was probably the reason that the guy did it was probably because of something seasonal. Like he thought, oh, it tends to buy here, so this is when I'm going to do it. Congrats, OP, you doomed us all. It amazes me how everybody's saying, oh, all of the shorts being liquidated. It was the shorts being liquidated, like that was a good thing. Like if all of the shorts really got liquidated, who's gonna buy it now? You know? It's not a good thing. Stop run, not a good thing. Anybody know anything about OneCoin? I don't know what that. So they're saying that my ZT is wrong. So let's see here. We do that from here, I think. Oh, except for that you don't download instruments through. Oh, it's. Well, let's see here. I am on version 801 8015.1. Eight. Now we're at 17. So I'm going to have to shut down NinjaTrader here for a second. Should do that. I think tonight I should switch it out and get rid of the bridge. finish. Okay, I'm gonna remove. How do I delete that one? I forget. When you update it, it kind of like. Wait, did I click the wrong? Okay. Apparently it's got to do some sort of okay. So now, I should check your market analyzer. Oh, update instruments is maybe what I need to do too. Okay. And then over here, I think that I need to. I can change it to like UV for a second and then change it back. That might give me ZT, the correct ZT. No, it doesn't. Maybe I'll just switch it right now because I don't think I can trade this. What do you guys think? Don't be shy. It's at the, oh, I'm sorry, I have the wrong screen up. Well, I was showing probably the screen that I didn't want to see. I think I'm just gonna switch it, but I have to do that. I have to go like this. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna do it like, yeah, I'm just gonna do it. So let's configure this. So I think, yeah. So first of all, I want to see if I connect to rhythmic paper here. Okay, that's right. Okay, and then over here, I'm going to tell this to connect to rhythmic. Cool. And do the download instruments. And grab the spreads too. Okay. And close that, and then I have to come over here and I have to switch them from like that to ZN. We're on June now, right? Yes. ZN June contract. Okay. And here I should be able to see. Oh, no, it doesn't see. Oh, that's interesting. So am I... Hmm. Oh, but it's coming up and it's not actually. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. So why doesn't it work? Why? That's all correct. I'll set it to auto connect. Let's try restarting. Oh, and let's like just straight up, we'll just close the market analyzer. Okay, let's see. The reason I'm still on Ninja is because I'm comfortable with it and I mostly utilize price and volume. I just need jigsaw and a candlestick chart I can draw lines on. Wow. Okay. And it says that I'm connected to AMP. AMP. Well, something's not quite right because one, it's not actually seeing my AMP account. I'll show you. So you just, it doesn't load anything. It's not getting any data. Weird. But it says it's connected. Oh, you missed it. So what we're doing is because I don't like the price action, I'm trying to switch things around to get off the NinjaTrader bridge. but for some reason, it's not doing it right. I'm download instruments again. Let's just do like a reload. Let's try it like that. Ninja has the most abhorrent DOM. Yeah. Ninja's DOM is so terrible. It's really just absolutely terrible. 100%, I agree. Okay, see, so it says download completed, symbols updated. Rhythmic, blah, 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 all that's right. But then when I come over into here, I say ZN, which I can see June 20, no wait, yeah, June 2019. Aha. Aha. ZB June 2019. I guess I needed to do a re-download instead of just an update. Now, oh, and then it's not going to show me my other account because I don't have my license expired this month. So my live one did. Bum bum bum. Which I can check here to see. Where is it? Licensing. Yes. If I activated that, then I would see it again. Okay. So let's fix these other ones here. This one's ES. June, right? Oh, why do I still see like 2018 futures? Yeah, whatever. Okay. Wait, June is the right one, right? Oh yeah, I mean we're in March, right? So of course it is. There's no April. Okay, so now let's see if we switch this to ZT. Aha. Well, I have to mess around with that later. ZFM. And then we got to do UB. UBM. And then we got to change all these ones. It looks to me like the NinjaTrader definitions are like messed up. And to fix it, I would have to fix that. I'd have to go into the instrument editor and actually change that. Okay. Ta-da! So with that, I get much more room on my ZT. So don't know what to do about it. Maybe I'm just going to keep it like that for now, I guess. And you can switch between my sim accounts. Yes, okay, sweet. Okay. Okay, now with that said, oh, you guys are still with me. All right, cool. Sorry about that. Should have stayed in bed, right? Yeah. I don't know what was with that. It's kind of weird. Are these windows working? Those ones are. Okay, cool. Okay, so he looks like, oh yeah. Cool. So Ace took a point there. Wow, you actually got a whole point going short. Yeah. Starting, think 115, 22 3/4 target, maybe high ZF not quite ready to roll over, but BLs might be about to peter out. 227 is way up there. I had problems with orders in Jigsaw once, called support We tried a bunch of stuff, and after 30 minutes, he was like, "Hey, dude, is your platform out today?" Oh, was it the jigsaw? Well, I don't know. So you can't really see it because I reloaded everything, but like we did spend a little bit of time up there, and then we came down into here, and now we've just been going back and forth here. And it doesn't seem to me like the news really moved them. And I just don't see, I don't know. Like the thing that's interesting to me is that normally when it gets like this, it would still be giving me like lots of signals and I would be like really itching to take a trade. But as it is right now, I just don't want to touch it. Well, I'm not quite sure what that means. Maybe it means that there is a move is going to come. But I'm probably reading way too much into it. But what does John think here? A retest of yesterday's midpoint would see prices test the 148.26 level, with yesterday's TPOC to test in the 149.06 area. The CB's bull bear zone is in the 148.12 to 148.16 area. Oh, we're actually just below the bull bear zone now. As long as prices continue to trade above the bull bear zone, I think they can test higher. But they're still kind of like right. There's not like a clear drop out of them, so not so sure you can do that one. Well, it sure looks pretty dead, doesn't it? It's really wild how it can just go so dead so quickly. Because last week they were moving last, really all of March. Really, think about it. We got any like? I'm also find it interesting. I'm not hearing like Brexit stuff. Wall Street on Brexit. Top banks predict what will happen next. The reason for the sudden price jump wasn't immediately clear. Other virtual currencies were also higher. Experts attributed the price hike to a breakout from closely watched resistance level of 4,200. Bitcoin had been hovering around the 4,000 mark for several months. Bitcoin's break above 4,200 this morning was critical as the market has been watching that level for a while. Blah, blah, blah. No doubt some entry orders and stop losses were grouped right above. Yes, probably. But that's not a good thing. Again, that's not, if we're like already overbought and there's a ton of people going short because we're overbought, on a price basis, and then all of those shorts get stopped out, who's left to buy it? Literally nobody left to buy it. And you have some big whale that just spent a ton of money doing it too. Although maybe it's just Tether, maybe it's all fake, I don't know. But it's not good. In my opinion, it's not good. My overnight range in ZB looks too small. And Luke says you could probably take a sell trade at 22 in ZB pre-market. That was the only good probability trade. Yeah. Well, yeah. It is interesting that the ZB moved a lot more than the others, though, isn't it? It moved a lot more. I wonder if I should get rid of this RVI. I don't really pay attention to it, but I wanted it there to, The RVI actually shows like still slight uptrend, which is kind of weird. So what was this guy saying about ZF? Well, when I got to futures, I was trading ES, etc. I moved to the Z's because of the margin to tick ratio. I realized I needed to conduct a deeper statistical analysis and started with ZF because it was the least margin. I didn't realize how extensive the undertaking would be to get the historical data. Since Thinkorswim doesn't allow downloading, I had to go back and essentially collect the 10 years of data that I was looking for by hand. So for now, I'm sticking to ZF since I have calculated the odds for that specific instrument. I can probably apply to Z and ZB given the correlation, but ZF I have calculated the odds for different indications, including the tick ranges. I don't have that for the other Zs. Let's see what we can get for him here. So if no, I don't want to do it that way. New chart, ZB. Turn off tick replay and turn it on 30-minute, and we're gonna load the last 720 days. Bum, 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 bum. And then we will add on two things. I will add the ADX histogram and the range histogram. Where is it? Range histogram and stats. Okay. Oh, and we have to turn on the Ninja script output. Okay. You need to redo that. F5. There we go. Let's just make it all the way from the top, and let's just make that super tiny. Now we'll make this, and then these stats, the stats should be small too. There we go. 0, 40. Okay. What about this one? There you go. I'm just going to minimize it because you guys might have some questions about it. Anyways, but back to the comments. You might not have that news thing that the guy gives random news bits. I would call it a squawk box, but I do not call the actual name. Yeah, well, so here's what happened was we had a squawk. I think it was, I forget what their name is now. But there was a squawk that we were listening to for a long time, right? And then I think that they finally caught on that we had this special link, and so they got rid of the link. Now, there are other links that you could use that could probably give you the same thing. I don't know what they are, but I decided not to pursue it because clearly they don't want us doing that and think that we should respect that. So then I tried a ran squawk demo, which was really great, actually. I thought they had a really great product. And they have like a couple of different tiers, and one of the tiers was like a certain amount delay and everything like that. And I was like, well, maybe I could just do like their basic one and everything like that. But I found that what you got with their basic one wasn't very good. And like their like they have a window like that shows you the numbers as they come in, but it's not even it's not even faster than their Twitter. So I was like, I might as well just keep using Twitter. And then Jigsaw built in their thing. And so I was like, well, why wouldn't I just use that? Although I did not get those alerts today, so they must have gotten rid of that too. Tuesday. There's not anything else today. Jeez. What about tomorrow? ADP non-farm? Final services PMI? Yeah, I don't know. There's it just doesn't seem like there's very much reason to trade today. 10 minutes to the equities open. I could maybe take a short if it gave me a good price, like if it gave me like that. I'll make sure I'm on the right. Yeah, okay. I'll make sure I'm on the right account. Man, it is really, really dead. Like, I'm not even getting a lot of level 2 updates. I was just looking at that. Oh, update interval is 100. Update interval prints. Is that not necessarily what I want, is it? Yeah, update interval. I had it set at 7 for these ones. 7. $7.20, yeah, okay. $10K iceberg at 24. The DOM is the other thing is like when I look at where the orders are on the DOM and everything, there is a little bit of size up above us, like at 16 in ZB and 3250 in ZF. But other than that, I'm not really even seeing many like really clear targets on here. Wow, how big of a how big is this gonna be? A huge monster here. 13K. So we're getting like a huge outsized iceberg here. I don't want to trade it like right on the open and everything. Now they're getting close to my E-mini order. I don't know if that one's a good idea anymore though. Like I don't want it to be on the open there, so I'll get rid of that one. No. No, I'm not gonna take it. Good luck with the short. I thought because we're high, sometimes you get a little bit of mean reversion. And no positions. Um, I thought that maybe we would have a little bit of a push and I could get 8 ticks out of it before the open. But now with the open going up, like the chances of it going there and taking out the high and then coming back and doing all sorts of random noise are probably pretty good. I don't think I want to be taking a position up in that. Plus, you know, they've been buying the mini lately, so I would be really surprised to see them come in and just like short the hell out of it today. It's probably more likely to just be a really slow. This is very odd. Okay, so here comes the E-mini. Oh, I love how Jigsaw puts that open on there for us. That's cool. Let's do that. There we go. $18. BL scenario is Trump tweets border is closed. Okay, so they crossed over the iceberg and it ticked down, and they bought it back up, and another 2,300 has been stacked on it. Well, and they tried ticking up at 24.5, but also got smacked back down. But the E-mini is selling. Well, that short would have worked out. If I had actually taken it, I guess it would have worked out. So take profit on that. I don't know. So I said I would be like super surprised if they came out and they just like shorted the hell out of it. This is still kind of like that's just kind of like the mean reversion move. So let's see where it goes from here. That's okay. That's a lot trading there, man. Okay, and they're stacking 5,000 at 24.5 now. So it's giving strong pressure. Hmm. And that's stacking and pulling between 2,000. Izzy says he's long. I thought about taking, like, my thinking was, well, when it's slow, those icebergs, and especially if there was no icebergs and all of a sudden you get a huge iceberg, that's generally going to be a long and slow action, but it's so slow. I'm just not sure I want to risk anything. I'm also concerned because I'm seeing it tick up and there was like 5,000 there. And so that to me is like somebody trying to pressure it to maybe get out. And now it's already turning and there's 3,000 on it now. And they're possibly going to tick down and be back at 24. So if that happened, that would definitely validate the thought that it's just like way too slow to trade. But that could also be an entry. I might actually take a buy there if it does it. Hmm. Well, now you're seeing 6,000 at 25 half. Here's that bunny doing stuff. So yesterday, um, because there's nobody home this week except for me. They went on vacation without me because I didn't want to skip work this week, and they had spring break, so they went on a little trip without me, which is fine because I probably would have been really bored anyways. But so I'm like, okay, so now that's really stacking up. Well, it didn't really give you much opportunity to get back in on the second test there, did it? But it definitely moved up. And the E-mini is selling quite a bit more. I don't know. I guess I shouldn't have been as afraid of taking that E-mini short, but I don't think it would have moved against me. But I just don't like taking them like right into the open. Yeah, but there's your 2 points. I don't even remember where I put the order in at. Can I see here? Orders. ES placed. It was at 28.72.25. So it was like practically at the high of the day. Well, it was just before the open. So it could have worked. Could have worked. Well, that's unfortunate, I guess, but I don't know. This could be a case though where it's like, well, that time it worked out, but generally speaking, when I've tried taking trades in the E-mini going into the open, you can get tossed around a lot. And I'm not so sure that that's a time period that I really want to trade unless I already have a little bit of profit baked into it. And Uzi's, well, Uzi got a good little short there for a bit, but it didn't, it hasn't actually moved quite as much in CN, unfortunately. It looks like we're steepening still. There's a possible turn in the E-mini. So I was thinking about going short in ZN. I don't know, man. The problem I have with this action is it does appear like we got a really strong uptrend there, but I don't really know what the reason for that would be other than equities. That seems like it's moving a little bit too aggressively for that. So there's enough momentum for it that it could run you over, but it's been so slow that taking a short there could be a good risk reward and everything. So yeah. See, like you could potentially short 26.5 since they're not taking it when it looks attractive. And E-mini is, you know, trying to turn here. I don't know. Okay, 5-minute warning. ISM New York. So it does still give me the number. I don't know why it didn't do it the first time. Maybe I just didn't hear it. Excuse me. Oh, Uzi got out at 14. Good job. I figure base case scenario, I'd at least test the middle of the range. Worst case scenario, it collapses, so I'm out, right? 10 was a good price though. But yeah, the ZB is just not going as far. If you're gonna buy, it's a lot better in the 10-year right now. Well, I guess we did move up because we had that iceberg. I forgot about that. So that's really the context, was that was a buy. But is that really enough volume to justify pushing and breaking the high? Not so sure. I don't think that I could short it though. I think I'd need to see something much more significant to be comfortable shorting it. Okay, so something just happened there. What the heck? Why would it do that? There's a 10K at 25 now? What the fuck? There's got to be something I'm missing. Maybe there's some news that hasn't hit yet. I don't know. That's really interesting. Right? I haven't seen a 10K in the 10-year in a while. Well, it didn't pull completely when they traded down into it, but nobody hit it. I wonder if you might start seeing iceberging at 25 half. Yeah. There's at least a little bit, 21. Maybe head fake for the next step up. Could be. I want to wait for this ISM New York number to come out first. It does kind of look like a buy to me, though. Don't think I want to buy 26, though. Shit. That was like a no, guys, I'm serious. Now it's gone. And what's the number? Actual 66.9, previous 61.1. And it goes, we got the fill, and it's going like way against us, and it is fake. Yep. Well, I don't know if it was fake because it disappeared well before they trying to touch it or anything. But for it to go through 26 like that is not what it should be doing. Okay. And then it shows up again. What the hell is going on? Hmm. And now it's just like barely anything going through now all of a sudden. By the way, there was quite a bit traded there in the 2-year. The 2-year still seems to indicate up, in fact. Where did we get in at? 26. Oh, no. I do want that still there. I just want it like that. There we go. Okay. So they did trade down through what was a big order. And I'm not seeing like a huge reaction. And now there's a big order at 23. Okay. And the E-mini appears to be holding. That might have been a buying program there. Like, I really thought that that sort of thing was gone. Look at that. I don't know. It's not done yet, but that whole thing was definitely a flipper. He put a lot of pressure to buy it up, and then he pulled his order, and now you're getting a lot of pressure pushing it down. So that whole thing is just like, I don't want to be like a complaint. Like, obviously you take the trade and you know that the spoofing is going to happen, and sometimes you're right and sometimes you're wrong, and that time I was wrong and it was okay. Like, we didn't like, wasn't a disaster or anything like that, right? And this one could still turn on us really quickly. Okay. But um that shouldn't happen at the same time, right? There's definitely should be sending something to the CME and the CFTC, because that is spoofing. 100%. Good grief. That just, it's kind of just sitting there and it ticks down, and immediately on the down tick there's 4K on it. Well, they bought 4. Oh, I don't know what the heck. Now that guy is like, no guys, I'm serious. I don't know. And look, the 20 is stacking up. Hmm. Well, whoever's putting these big bids up are pretty ballsy. Pretty ballsy. Now it's not there. I posted something on Facebook about that the other day. Of course, no one knew what the fuck I was talking about, but it's funny how spoofing is illegal, but it happens constantly. Yeah, but like, that's my whole thing is like, it hasn't happened not like that for a very, very long time. It was not nearly as common as it used to be. And I don't like that. Okay. Well, it turned out okay for now. Hmm. Like the thing is the robots will pull and flip. Like little ones like that, like lures and all that sort of thing. Like that happens all the time. And the thing is that you're talking about somebody that's so short term that I think that that's fine. But when you have a 4K order and you're moving it around like that, you know, that is textbook definition. And I I'm sure that I probably don't even need to send a letter out or anything. I'm sure there's going to be people that's going to be complaining, and the exchange has pursued a number of people, and they doing it anyways. He's gonna get hit. I guarantee you. So remember this day, April 2nd, because a year from now you're gonna see CFTC action, and they're gonna be talking about spoofs on the the exchange on April 2nd. I guarantee you. I don't know if I don't know if the strict enforcement is going to like eventually kill them and like completely get rid of them. I think you're always going to see them, but I think they're going to go after that one because he came in, he was moving his order up and everything, and really created some buying in there, and then he pulled it, and they immediately, you know, went gangbusters lower and really pushed it lower. So it was a flip. And the thing that's crazy about it, too, is that 24 was where we saw a huge iceberg. You remember that before all that? So that now we are below that huge, where that huge iceberg was and everything. Yeah. I think you would have to say that all of that spoofing made a significant difference to the price action. Now, if it continues to do this when it's slow, I would be like super happy because that provides a lot more trading opportunity. But hmm. Well, they've ticked up there at 23 half a couple of times. They're not really hitting into 23. Like I have a really good spot in line and they're not hitting me. In the E-mini, I'm not sure what the E-mini is doing. If this 147.31 offers into, I'm throwing the kitchen sink in. Well, I wouldn't be surprised to see them try and make a move to 200. Um, U.S. federal banking agencies propose rule to limit impact of large bank failures. EU to call on G20 to limit impact of... I don't know. I'm seeing some Brexit news ticked up. Yes, I'm grateful for my plans, but it's so boring today. Well, the E-mini has been particularly range bound, hasn't it? But they did just take a new swing low. Possibly the reason behind some of this buying. Now, the other thing I have to consider is that maybe somebody really did want to buy and they just thought, okay, I'll just pull it and let you guys bring it down here and buy it down here, you know? So this could maybe not be done. I don't think that this particular trade though is working out. Like I'm at 700 in the queue and I'm not getting filled. And only 238 into 23 half. Huh. So there was a strong offer on that downtick, but they immediately gobbled it up. Okay. Trader warns the market is blinded by central bank, not animal spirits. What? Okay. Okay. So you're still getting strong downticks, but then they gobble it up. Like it was looking really good. Like maybe they were going to go down there again, and then they just snatched up what was there at 23 half, and yeah, the cumulative delta is positive for sure. The absorption is maybe a little bit unclear. This right here, this the absorption, like the price action was really quite frankly opposite of this. Okay. Well, there's a lot trading at 24, which is interesting too. Okay. Hmm. The 5 year is awfully wobbly. It's still not really getting a ton of people to sell. 23, I mean, it's better. If they go through us, and that's a really big if, because they still seem like they're having a really hard time coaxing them into selling it. Like they're stacking up to 3,000, then this bid at 23 is not really scared of it. But if that goes offer, you have a really big divergence in cumulative delta here, because you're basically at a high point for cumulative delta, and you're making new swing lows. Which would actually be in line with what we saw yesterday. I am noticing that the knob spread switched around there too. Okay, so there's an iceberg at 23.5 now. Still just kind of sitting pretty there. There you go. For Seth, you love Delta. Let's see. Yeah. Like it's a really wild change in Delta, isn't it? Look at that. 5K at 23.5. Hmm. Hmm. It's being like that. Hmm. No, all the whole price movement here is kind of fishy, to be honest. But I suppose that somebody did buy there at 24, and the market was just reacting to that strong, you know. Hmm. Okay, so the 24 is stacking up a lot more than the offers ever did. And they just pulled at 24 half. Although it's not just ticking up. That's funny. Yeah, there it is. There it is. 482 in line. I should have just taken the -1. But that's okay. Yeah. We really shouldn't have let that sit as long as it did, to be honest. Well, they barely even had to hit that at 24.5 and they completely pulled. And yet it doesn't just tick up. Nine. $15. E-mini possibly turning there. So a thought that I had, but I kind of forgot. But like Swisso posted that link there of um, the delta and everything. And in the 10-year, it's definitely all along. But you were seeing like some sort of really wild spread thing going on right now because there was a lot of movement up in the knob and then it turned around and it started coming off and going down. So if the direction in the knob was up, you're going to see a lot of buying in the 10-year. But I'm not quite sure what it's doing. That it did peak off there. If that means that now the knob is in a downtrend and it's a sell, then you could see that very easily completely reverse. Okay. So now there's a little bit of size at 26. When we offered below it, I tried to short, but I didn't see any stop outs, so I got +1. Nothing, no news, nothing substantial that I know of. I do see the Atlanta Fed GDP model estimate for real GDP growth in the first quarter of 2019 is 2.1%. Unchanged from yesterday. So this 25 half is holding. Although I would say so far we're getting pretty okay uptrend. I don't know if that means that we're gonna like really bust out here. I guess the E-mini does look like it's poised to potentially go lower. In fact, I think we can do one right here. So E-mini's been selling all morning too. That's interesting. Well, I thought that we had some good uptrend going, but now we're back to where we were. The 5-year is unusually choppy, which makes things very difficult. And then 5-year actually ticked up there, though. Or was it that it ticked down and then back up? I'm not quite sure. In the 10-year, this is relatively equal. I don't like it when it does this sort of a thing in the E-mini. That's fighting back and forth across like 2 or 3 prices. It always seems like where I have my order at, you don't get filled. You see that? I'm not seeing very many level changes in ZF. Really not many in ZN either. Well, it would not take much for them to go and take out that high. See, they're still doing that. Although the treasuries have lightened up a little bit. Although I guess this doesn't look like anything too significant to me. This looks like just mostly noise now. No one was heard. Maxine Waters says it was the correct thing to do to drop the Smollett churches. Vardakar. There is still time for the UK Prime Minister May to come to the EU Council with credible proposals. I see. I wasn't paying attention. Out. Swiss is in out. Well, I'll catch you later. And I see somebody in Twitch Yoda Yoda KIN66. Hello. Well, we're trading. You know, I'm about to go, so I can't. I wish I could go into a big long thing about what we're doing, but if you go onto my YouTube channel, like the first video I ever posted, I talk about the workspace. It was a little bit different back then, but you can see that, and that would give you a good idea of what we're doing here. Yeah, this short looks like it's wrong. They're getting awfully close to that high of the day. Ah, man. That was like a significant drop. The hell? But the E-mini came almost all the way back again. So a little bit more aggressive, that downtick there. Okay. Now that I put an order there, that's when they're just going to pull it, yank it out from underneath of me. That's what normally happens. Oh, I don't even have that one on there. Okay. And this one right there, I guess. Cool. It's interesting. I mean, I had some favorable ticks on almost all of these, but eh, you know, I guess that one wasn't too good. This last one though, I thought it was doing really well, and then it never went out. Intervention in the past decade. Well, I'm gonna sit here and wait for another 10 minutes to see if there's actually something going on here with this or not. I'm having a hard time deciding if all of that movement there was really mattered or not. I'd say, it's even though we had all that and it seemed exciting, we really haven't moved that much today. And it's something else to have been long at 24.5 and had to sell. It also needs to stay inverted for a while and be deep enough. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah. I think that in the markets you get this thing where you have all of these statistical algorithms saying something, and so the market all freaks out, and because they're all led by indexes, you get tons of volatility over something that they maybe shouldn't actually be trading it. Of course, as soon as I decide to give up on that trade in the ES, it comes down and goes my way. Yeah, I'm really thinking now. So it's been 10 minutes and it's still right there at 24. It seems to me, although we could move a little bit more, maybe we go towards that high or that low. But it seems to me like somebody took a big hedge in 24, and that hedge is probably not really a fundamental reason to go long or short. And the market just had a big swing because it was a lot and it was a really slow market. And so everything had to like equalize, you know? And so now that it's gotten quiet again, I'm not so sure there's really a reason to be trading it anymore. And I think that that's what happened on those last two trades was I should have, you know, when I got the short, should have just walked away. Yeah. I already posted my cryptocurrency notes. Let's see, am I not getting YouTube updates? Nah, you guys have just been quiet. As I was saying, like this action is designed to get you excited, but the seasonality is that we become more range bound. And he's like, nope. Okay, well, back test it if you want. Okay, well. Hmm. Okay, I am going to close the stream down. Thank you guys. Good discussion. Crappy day, of course, mistakes were made, but it's not like the end of the world. Could have pulled it out still. Actually, maybe should have just not taken any trades. But yeah. Anyways, I will catch you guys tomorrow. In the meantime, stay